Hey, everybody. Welcome to the show. I've got Melissa Olthoff here. This is Beyond Quests with Reck. Are you ready to quest with me, Melissa?
Heck yeah, let's go.
Yeah. We are fresh off of JordanCon, and
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
yeah, I think we're both, almost recovered.
Yes, we are well on the way to recovery.
That's
I
right.
I might look a little like death warmed over, but you know that's normal after a con. It's
Hmm.
also normal after you've been viciously attacked by a spider.
Yeah.
I've never done anything wrong in my life, and I was attacked. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
The least the spider could do is give you mutant powers or something, right?
Right? Like I got a werewolf bite back in November, and I didn't turn into a werewolf. I have been gypped, y'all, so many times. I said this year, but really it's been the past 6 months.
Yeah. What is this? Maybe you just need to it's one of those things where if you want it too much, it just doesn't
Mm,
happen. So you just need to, if you
yeah.
let go, the powers will
Mm,
manifest.
that would be cool. I could use some magic. That could be
Yeah.
awesome. I
Yeah.
don't know if I want Spider-Man powers though. That's I have so much responsibilities already. That might be too much.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what you do with the power, you could always be a villain.
Dude, I was joking. I'm doing this real later on when I look less like death, but I am one minor inconvenience away from either having a complete mental breakdown or becoming a supervillain. And I don't got time to have a mental breakdown. So let's go.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, Superman or Spider-Man powers for villainy. That would be, yeah. We'll
It could be.
see. There's a news, the quickest door dasher in the
Mhm, mhm.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh man.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, JordanCon was a huge success. There was a lot of people there this year. It's pretty amazing. Have you been there before, or was this your first year?
It was my second year. I got to go last year. Last year was my first year, and it was amazing. I will go back anytime.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, it's so welcoming and like it hits that sweet spot of a con where it's not Dragon Con levels of craziness,
Yeah, DragonCon's intense.
but it's not like a relaxicon either. Like there is always something going on. There's people everywhere. Everybody was so welcoming. It's kid friendly. Like I mean, yes, there are after dark stuff, but
Yeah.
I had my 10-year-old with me, and it I had no issues, none. It was
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, they were even like the Blade Master event had like a kids like side competition and stuff too, which was a lot of fun.
I
There were
love
a lot of
it.
the kids were having fun. So yeah, they try to make it welcoming for folks. And
Hmm.
when you venture into a after dark area, everybody kids
I
don't have to
mean,
worry. Yeah.
that is standard for a con though. Like
Yeah.
after dark stuff is it's like, okay, this is an after dark panel, no children's allowed.
Hmm.
And it's so great going to a con where you have friends. I was there with Lydia and David Scherer, and they were amazing. They watched my daughter for me when I was on one of those after dark panels, and it's so welcoming and wonderful.
That's nice. That's awesome. It's always helpful to have friends, especially if you're bringing your kid.
Right?
Just the extra eyes are great.
Whew. I remember last year, I did not bring any of my children. I only have two, but I didn't bring either of them. But I think it was like the second day, it was getting ready to go up the elevators. And I was there with Marisa Wolf, and we see this unattended child who was clearly like lost and needed help. So we got to walk her over to the con services, and we just hung out and had cookies until her parents got back down. So it was
Yeah.
everybody's great.
Hey, I'll take it, right? Yeah. Well, tell me a little bit. You were well, okay, let's start at the beginning. So this was your second time going to JordanCon. This was a
Yes.
Sanderson year. How did it feel different from like the previous year when you've been here?
The lines were everywhere for his events. And I mean, not shocked at all, because if I could have gotten anywhere near him, I would have stood in the line as well, but I
Mhm.
didn't have the time. But like there was a definite energy there this year because I mean, we're all geeking out because who hasn't read Brandon Sanderson is like, holy crap,
Yeah.
he's here. This is so cool.
Yeah.
Like I have a whole shelf for him.
I honestly expected to see him like walking by or something. I wasn't trying to get a signature or anything, but like I mean, like the security forces like shuffled him into the signing room and stuff. Like, I mean, like I don't think anybody saw him unless you were part of one of his events, right?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
was pretty busy,
yeah,
which I mean, gosh, at his level, I'm not shocked, right?
yeah, yeah. Okay, so you were at the con as a panelist. Were you part of like the fantasy track or the Jordan or Sanderson track?
So I haven't read. So okay, so when you get to go to JordanCon as a panelist, they have this incredibly detailed, very helpful like survey that you take, and you tell them like on a scale of 1 to 5. I think it's like how comfortable are you talking to these different subjects? And it's been long enough since I have read Wheel of Time or Brandon Sanderson stuff that I'm like, you know what? I will excuse myself from those panels so I don't embarrass myself by not remembering names and stick with the things that I'm really comfortable with right now. So I was on 3 sci-fi track panels and a super fun After Dark fantasy panel.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's great. Yeah, I remember filling out that survey too. And I mean, it takes like 20-30 minutes. So if you apply to be a panelist at JordanCon, just know that you are going to be at your computer for a while.
Yep.
Because they really do quiz you on all of it.
Which has got to be super helpful for them because I've helped with scheduling and programming before for a smaller con, and it's a lot of work. So I imagine having like those surveys to know where to slot people where they're going to do a good job and be entertaining and speak well on panels is that's nice.
Yeah, absolutely. I ended up being on a bunch of the lit RPG panels. So I had like 4 lit RPGs and then a fantasy panel. And the fantasy panel was fun. Rose and I had a good time.
Nice.
What was your favorite panel that it sounds like the After Dark one. What was that one about?
That was I don't remember the title, but basically it was talking about spicy fae like romanticities, and I'm like, I have prepared my whole life for this.
I have arrived.
I am here for this. This is amazing. Oh, there was a lot of mentions of Wingspan. And to be clear, like while it was After Dark and we could have those kind of panels tend to go one of two ways. Either it's a lot of fun or it's a lot of fun and it's very raunchy. And this one was less raunchy and more fun and it was great. It was like we had like a whole list of like books to add to our TBR at the end of that panel because everyone was like, "Oh my god, have you read this one yet?" It was really good audience participation.
Yeah, yeah. I've read Rise from Ruin and it is not very spicy. Do you write spice at all, or is it just something that you like to read?
It is something I enjoy. I 100% read it. It is not something that I write or am comfortable. Like I will do Fade to Black scenes. So
Yeah.
Tempered by Fire, which is the sequel to Rise from Ruin, it has a little bit more spice, on page spice than the first one, but I rate it half a chili pepper at best. Like it's not something I want to do right now with 2 preteens who are 100% starting to read my books. I'm like,
Yeah.
I got yelled at by a 12-year-old this morning because I killed off one of his favorite characters in Rise from Ruin. I'm like, sorry.
Sorry, not sorry. Feel like, well, you better get your homework done next week because otherwise your second favorite character is on the chopping block.
Right? Like, tell me who your favorite character is, buddy.
He's like, I will read your books, but never tell you anything about what I think about them. I love
That's how
it.
I got woken up, was my door opening. I can't believe you killed him. Door closed. You got to that scene. Okay.
That's when you know you did a good job, right? Do you ever have those moments where he's like, "Oh, I really like blah blah blah," and he goes on about it, and you feel a little? Do you ever feel a little guilty about maybe killing your kid's favorite
No,
character? No.
no, not even a little
See,
bit.
folks, this is where that villain, the rise of the villain, comes from.
It brings me joy.
I love it. I love it. Well, I guess my next question, I mean, we were both running booths at JordanCon. How was your booth experience?
Oh man, it was one of those like, okay, I missed most of Friday due to unavoidable circumstances. So I didn't get in until 6:30.
That makes sense because I remember like looking over and being like, oh, maybe Melissa wasn't able to to get here. And then the next day I was like, wait a second, there you are. Yeah.
Yeah, I got in much later than intended, but it happens when you're driving across the whole state and everything. So we got set up again. Lydia and David Sure are freaking top-notch, awesome people. David helped me like haul all my stuff down from the room and help me set up my table. It was great. So we were all set for Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And my daughter and I are sitting there. We're just saying hi to people, and I took her around the vendor hall because I promised. And
I never got into the vendor hall. I never got to see anything. I know. I was like, well, next year.
Right. We had the same problem last year when it was me and Marisa. We like literally had to like force ourselves to take a break from the table or our panels. Like, nope. Okay, we're doing this. We're doing this right now. We're going. But yeah, we bought ourselves tiaras and we wore them for like the rest of Saturday because what better?
Why not?
What better
Right?
time,
Yeah.
right. It was a little slow at first on Saturday. Like there were people walking around, but it didn't really pick up until Saturday afternoon. And then it was like people had decided what they wanted to buy and they were here for it. And it was awesome.
Yeah, there was a lot of people that spent the first couple of days just kind of checking out booths and then really zeroed in on the picks that they wanted to take with them. So Brian's like, that's what we needed, tiaras.
Right?
Notes for next time. Yeah.
I went from having 0 tiaras in the past year to now I have 3. I've got a cool mermaid one that I picked up this time. I've got a very speckly one, and then I've got this cool butterfly wing one that I picked up at JordanCon last year, and I am so psyched to wear that.
I've seen your TikToks with a variety of tiaras on. Yeah. So it's memorable. Yeah. A little sparkle.
I might have to be wearing a tiara for my villain era reel that I will do.
Yeah, you need to, absolutely. So for your booth in particular, you had these like little like dragon stickers and stuff that you were kind of drawing people in. Talk about like how do you think about like selling at cons? What's your strategy with your booth?
So I am always very uncomfortable, like when I'm walking past people's booths, like don't make eye contact, because I dislike the high pressure sales pitch, and it's not something that I'm good at, and so I'm like, okay, what can I do that is more like my speed, that speaks to my strengths as a person, everything. And the things that we have landed on, me and the other Pharaoh ladies, Marisa Wolf and Casey Azell, is genuine, and that is key, genuine aggressive compliments when people are walking by. Like the amount.
So wait. So what I'm hearing is if you walk by one of your booths and I just don't say anything. Maybe go check your hair in the mirror.
I'd say that. No. The amounts of times I was like, oh my God, I love your hair. Or the cool cosplays that people had were just, there was one Matt Cawthon cosplay that was phenomenal. So I will
positive catcalling.
Yes, positive catcalling, because I honestly, I do not care if you buy my book or not. If I see something cool, like your hair looks great or your costume is amazing or holy crap, that shirt is hilarious, I just want to tell people because it's fun, because I love getting compliments too, right? So I'm like, if I am stuck here behind this table, I am actually in the perfect position to people watch like all day, and it just makes me so happy.
Yeah.
So I've got that technique. And again, like I don't care if you buy my book or not. I'm gonna compliment you if you've got something cool going on.
Yeah.
But the other thing, like you said, is the stickers. Sticker Mule is my preferred drug dealer of choice for stickers.
Sticker Mule does a good job, and they do enough like sales and stuff that you can normally get a deal. Yeah.
Oh, I 100% signed up for the text messages just so I get like the constant text of like, ooh, that type of sticker is now on sale, and I'll just buy 50 of them. So my favorite thing to do with those though is I have a what kind of rider would you be game. It's just a D20, and it's each of the different types of dragons and griffins that I have, and it's like, hey, the stickers are free, but if you want one, you got to roll the dice and tell me which one you get. And usually it's just people are happy to roll a die because fun, and they get a free sticker, right? And if then they want to hear about my book, awesome. If they just want to take the sticker and run away, heck yes, I am here for it.
Yeah. And the stickers were like super cute. They're very like I mean, you kind of wanted to collect them all. Yeah, yeah, and you could put them in a water bottle or whatever. Brian in the chat says that it was so much fun talking with people at the booth. He was also yeah.
I love it. I love being behind a table and getting to talk with everybody. I think it's a lot of fun. And Shammy Stovall, by the way, is the one who designed all those chibi stickers for me. She is talented in so many
Nice.
different ways.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's some not fair. Like what spider bit Shammy?
She is phenomenal, and I am constantly in awe of her talent and all the different layers of it. She's genuinely good people. Like
Mhm.
that is one of my favorite things, honestly, since I started going to cons and became an author, is the amount of people that I've met that are just amazing individuals. Like I would hang out with you like just normal, like not even
Yeah.
at a con. Like people are great.
That's one of the nice things about cons is that, I mean, there's maybe the business aspect of the panels, but there's normally time to actually get to know people a little bit better. I try to pick up a couple of people every con, not like, to get to know them, to have like,
New
yeah,
friends. Let's
yeah,
go.
new friends, right? Yeah. Okay.
That's-
Any other, did you get a chance to do, you said you went through vendor hall a little bit. Did you get a chance to do any, like go to any panels or do any of the events yourself?
No, no. Part of it was the table. Like there
Yeah.
were enough people constantly circulating through that I'm like, this is great. I'm just going to hang out here all day and just talk to people about their awesome costumes and try and sell some books. But this was actually the first con where I brought my daughter, and she was a rock star.
She
Like
did amazing.
she was
She only looked like a bored preteen like a couple times.
right, and only because she forgot her tablet up in the hotel room,
Yeah,
and it was also not charged. I'm like, this is why we plug stuff in, kiddo. Right? But she did so great, but like with having her there, it changes a little bit of the social stuff where you're like, okay, we're talking more adult things now, so we're gonna go, which is fine, because otherwise I'd be all about it. But
yeah. Okay, so you did walk through the vendor hall though. What was your favorite vendor booth? Like what was something that really caught your eye?
oh my gosh, there were so many cool vendors there. Melissa Gay is one of my favorite artists. Every time I see her at a con, it is like hugs and like, oh my God, what new awesome art have you created that I need to add to my pile of art on the other side of this laptop that at some point I will hang up, I promise.
It just seemed to like, hey, we've decided to do like a rotating art for, like get a bunch of art, have like a little file folder of art, and then switch them up every month.
Nice.
Yeah.
I have enough wall space as of right now, but we are supposed to paint my office. We've supposed to been painting this office for a year and a half now. So it's one of those, I'll probably end up getting to it right before we move, whenever that is, because that's how it
sounds
works.
about right. Yeah.
Yep.
Just got to get a house that you don't need to paint your office for next time. That way you can hang some stuff up. Yeah.
The weird thing is, like, I love the paw prints on the wall. It's from a previous owner. And I'm like, if I paint this room, I'm gonna have to recreate the paw prints because they're too cool not to.
They are adorable. Yeah, it's pretty it pops. Yeah,
That's
pops.
very cool.
Okay, so the last time you were on the show, we talked about at that point, it was like your newer release, which was Rise from Ruin, which is a Dragon Rider, Griffin Rider story. Yeah, and one of the things I really liked about that book was I mean, it starts out really low, like you're like, I'm gonna ruin this poor girl's life, which
I'm very mean.
yeah, you are pretty mean to her, and it was good because she really did have to rise from ruin. I mean, the title kind of tells it all. What I'm excited about is that you've got book 2 coming out this summer. And it is Tempered by Fire.
Yep.
Yeah, Tempered by Fire. Yeah. And I talked to you about it at the con, and you described it as your Empire Strikes Back moment.
Yep.
And then basically in human form made the everything's fine meme in front of me.
It's fine, everything's fine. Everything's on fire, but it's fine.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things I really love is, and I'm sure it happened elsewhere, but in Star Trek, The Next Generation, like Picard makes this epic quote at one point that I'm going to paraphrase because I don't remember it exactly, but it's, you can do everything right and still lose. That's not a weakness. That's life. Because just because you have done everything right, just because you've followed the plan, just because you've got the right mindset, you've got the right tactics, the skills, you've done all the things, the enemy gets to make moves on the board too.
Yeah.
And things, when you are at war with another country, as they are, things aren't always going to go right. And Harper and Felix, they land in some serious trouble. And sometimes, like, there are no good choices. It is walk through the fire and come out stronger. Hope you survive it.
Yeah. I like that theme. You know, a lot of books just end up in this, like, I don't know, like, there's challenges, but the challenges are just overcome, you know, like, but real life, it's consequences, right? I used to teach fencing, and my kids would go to these fencing tournaments, and they'd always end up upset. And at some point, I'd have to have the sit down with them and be like, "Look, like, you go to a fencing tournament, only one person's gonna win." Like, you can't be upset every time you don't win the fencing tournament, right?
Right.
You
I
know,
mean,
there's
you can use it to drive you forward and to practice more, but you can't let it
Mhm.
discourage you.
Yeah, can't let it I mean, sometimes you just find somebody that's better.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just get outmaneuvered.
It happens. It
Yeah,
definitely happens, but I had so much fun writing this book. I
yeah.
mean, again, as established, I am really mean to my characters and I cackle like an evil person while doing it, but um, it works out. It's going to be fine, I promise.
So, I mean, this is a little concerning considering you are talking about being in your villain era. I mean, how many people do you kill in this book is the question.
Nothing. I don't kill anybody. I
Mhm,
would never do that.
mhm. Was your son reading book 1 or book 2?
He was reading this one, don't worry.
Yeah, okay. Alright, alright.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
So tell us a little, like, when is the book coming out? Is there anything else you wanna tell us that's not too spoilery about this book?
Sure. So it comes out July 7th, everywhere books are sold. The audio will happen. I don't have a release date for the audio yet, though. But when the first one came out in June of last year, the audio came out in September because of recording schedules. Nora Sofyan is freaking fantastic. So I am happy to wait until she has time in her schedule.
Mhm.
So non-spoilery stuff. I was very mean to my characters in book 1, and some of those characters have to deal with the fallout of those things in book 2. And dealing with that fallout is one of the main storylines. The other one is my idiots to lovers romantic subplot, catching fire. See, there's more than one reason for that title. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't like you can draw things out for a slow burn, but I got impatient and I'm like, you know what? It's been slow enough. It's fine. They've been building to this for years.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he really did do a misdeed though, so
Oh my god. That was so much fun too. Like, because
yeah.
like we've all been there, right? Like idiots in college making really dumb decisions, which was where they were at the beginning of this story.
Yeah.
Beginning of Rise from Ruin, anyways. And there is a short story that is on Bain.com's website that is completely free, and it is the origin of the prank war. And this is tiny spoiler, but Harper's the one who started the prank war in the first place.
Of course. Of course she is. Yeah.
That girl was always meant
This
to be.
is just a karma whiplashing around, right? Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Yeah,
Well,
sometimes.
so you published through Bain. Can you tell us a little bit? I mean, I think they did it with Casey too, where there's like a short story about the story that kind of helps, you know, get people excited about everything. What's the strategy there?
So I think it is an excellent strategy because it's one of those like, okay, give us a short story for the website. It's going to be free. Anybody can read it. And you want it to tie into the book. So it'll come out about a month before the release. I've got a short story that I need to do an edit pass on before I turn that in for Tempered by Fire, which is going to be really critical to understanding the end. I'm just saying
Okay. So in this instance, you better read the short story because
read all. At some point, I will have enough Griffin verse short stories to like make like a collection and everything.
Collection, yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's a great strategy because it's like, hey, if you're not sure about the book or the author, or just don't know if this is going to be your genre, check out the short story. Cost you nothing but a little bit of time, and you know, it generally, God, words are hard, y'all.
Yeah. Hey,
It
why not?
generally leads people to at least give the book a shot.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, it's I mean, it's a good strategy. Do you ever have trouble kind of thinking of short story content for the between the books? Has that been a challenge at all?
Nope, it's more a challenge of picking which idea to go with.
Yeah.
And some of it's like, okay, this is a great idea, but maybe not for this book. I need to have a story that ties into this aspect or sets this up. But at the same time, you don't want it to be so critical that people will miss something if they don't read that short story. So it is a bit of a balance, but it's kind of fun because you can do these little Easter eggs for the readers that do read those short stories. So when they get to a certain part in the book, they can go, "Oh, that's what that means." That's a lot of fun to do.
Yeah. Yeah. It's that moment
Like,
that you're
I know who he is now. Yes. So
love
excited.
it. Love it. Love it. So with book 2, obviously we're not giving too much away to say that there's a war going on between like the Griffin and dragons are on one side and the
Yes.
enemies are on the other, right? Is book 2 really set like in wartime? I would assume based on
Well, things as they tend to do when you've been at war for time bath years. Either they go one of two ways. Either they're going to stalemate or they're going to get better, or in this case, they're going to start ramping up. And we don't know why. I mean, I know. I mean, you would hope that I know why.
we would hope that you would know why. Yeah.
But I'm writing this from Harper's perspective, and Harper is a lieutenant. She is a baby lieutenant. And having been a baby lieutenant, time math years ago, we're not doing that math. You know what you're told. You know that, hey, everything was great till the Fire Nation invaded, right? But you don't know like the real reason for why the war started. But you are going to find out some of those reasons in this book.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's exciting. I think with it being Harper's perspective, I mean, she's smart, so she's gonna put some pieces together. But it's kind of fun to. I mean, I was stumbling up. I have it from first person. I think your book's third limited, right?
First.
I remember. Is it first? Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Just yeah.
Yes.
But first person is a lot of fun because you can really I mean, like all the things it's like threading in the drips and drabs and the hints that your character either picks up on or doesn't. How do you feel about first person? Is that
I love it.
Yeah.
I do both, right? I tend to do first person and fantasy, whether we're talking like epic, adventure, urban. First person just feels right.
Mm-hmm.
For my sci-fi stuff, I am usually in third person limited, unless we're talking space opera. My very first series, I did first person as well, because again, it felt right.
Yeah.
So I do appreciate both. I tend to use third person limited when I need to have different POV characters where I can have, where I can head hop between different things and show more than I can, because that's a challenge with first person, right? Is you are limited by that character, what that character knows, what they can see, what they can experience. So figuring out how to show the reader what I need them to know, but make it believable is absolutely a challenge in first person, but it's fun. And I do cheat a little bit with the Griffins and the dragons because they act as like another POV almost, because they're talking mind to mind with their riders. But the Griffins in particular love relaying for everybody.
Yeah,
so
they're kind of gossip mongers a little bit.
They are. Initially, this was like my answer to, okay, we are now in a world that doesn't have cell phones. It doesn't have shortwave radio. It has no means of like the kind of communication that we have now. Mm-hmm. Well, how do I solve that? With Griffins who talk to each other. And while Griffins can't talk to anybody but their own rider as far as humans go, they can talk to each other just fine. Same with dragons. Dragons can talk with each other and they can talk with their rider. So they essentially act as radios and relays for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is fun. I kind of love like Griffins. in your world are a little bit more playful than like the traditional dragon. Like they just I get the impression that the griffins totally gossip about everybody. They know who's sleeping with who, and
Oh,
yeah,
on movie. Mhm.
yeah,
They bet on everything. They gossip about everything. If a griffin knows something, it will spread across the entire front like within days because they're just they
yeah.
don't
They're
judge, but
social
they do
critters.
be nosy.
Yeah, yeah. They're just social. They're social aunties, sipping tea on the front porch, chit-chatting with each other, right?
Like, yeah,
Yeah,
gotta have
yeah,
fun somewhere.
right? Absolutely. I love it. What is your favorite thing about your books? I've been asking authors this lately, and
Oh,
it's fun.
oh my gosh, that is a really hard question. So one of my favorite things, and I'm not saying that I don't have plot, right? Clearly, I have a plot. I have storylines that I follow, but the characters, those are always what talk to me first.
Mhm.
So it gets to the point where they are real to me. And when I am mean and I kill them off, a lot of times I end up crying like a little baby because like our brains like
Are
psychologically.
you cackling in glee?
Oh no, every time I have had to edit certain scenes in Rise from Ruin and certain scenes in Tempered by Fire,
No.
I have
I'm gonna
cried.
be reading it. I'm gonna text you in the middle of the night, but like, what's up?
I'll
What
send
did
you
you
a
do?
copy tonight. I have the arc now. Oh man, it's just one of those like I love the characters, and psychologically speaking, when we get attached to a fictional character, our brains actually can't tell the difference between the death of a real person and a fictional character at a certain level. So when I kill my characters, if I'm not crying, I didn't set it up right.
Mm,
Like if I don't care, then that is a wasted death. Like if I'm going to go to the effort of killing a character, it needs to mean something. It needs to have that gut punch because I don't do it lightly. It needs to serve the story. So for me, my favorite part with all of this is it's all rooted in those characters and 100% my romantic subplots because I have so much fun with those.
So I
I
think
love
the two takeaways I've got from this, I actually love the fact that you're like, if I don't make myself cry, then I haven't killed the person in the right way. That's a genius way to look on it. So now every time you kill a character, I'll be like, I'm not the only one sobbing over this death.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I actually had one of the employees at Bain that does the production side. She called me specifically to say, I ruined her entire day. You are so mean. How dare you? I'm like, sorry, not sorry. If it helps, I cried too. She's like,
This
not?
is about book 2 too.
Yeah, it was.
Want. The second takeaway is that it sounds like you're a little bit of a griffin, and that you're like,
I
my
mean, they
second
came from
favorite thing.
somewhere. I would 100% choose to be a Griffin rider. And I'm even wearing like a dragon shirt, right? Like I
Mhm.
love dragons. I have a dragon tattoo. I became obsessed with dragons as an 11-year-old discovering Anne McCaffrey's Dragon Riders of Pern. I was legit so mad that I couldn't actually be a green dragon rider in real life that I joined the Air Force to fly. Like it is not uh, an understatement to say that reading changed the course of my life, right?
Yeah.
So when I say that I would choose to be a Griffin rider is 100% because of Felix and that character that just popped into my head one day. Like I did not set out to create him. He just arrived and said hi. I'm like, oh,
You're like, wait a
hi.
second. I was writing a Dragon Rider story, not.
I was like, I'm 100% gonna write a Dragon Rider story. It's gonna be great. And then I'm like, well, crap.
Yeah, yeah.
No regrets.
So I'm also a big fan of Anne McCaffrey. I think we talked about this a little bit last time about we
You
have a
did.
lot of overlap in the books that we read as young folks. What
Yes.
was your uh, favorite
Oh,
book?
I mean, White Dragon is always like a fan favorite, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it blew my mind when I read Dragon's Dawn.
Dragonstone is my favorite too.
It it
Yeah,
was so freaking cool. I'm like, oh, this is
yeah,
sci-fi. Because I mean, back
yeah.
in the day, like the sci-fi fantasy sections usually were just it was all one section. It
Mhm.
wasn't separate. So I was like, well, this is clearly fantasy. No, it's not.
No, it's not. Yeah.
And the way she did that was just so freaking cool.
It was so cool. I love the science crossover, and
I
yeah.
also
It was
love
all,
the
and then it all wrapped back into the main series too, right? Which is
Yeah.
very satisfying. Yeah.
It's very cool. It's definitely one of my favorites. I've reread that one so much that the spine is falling apart. Like, I was a heathen and I dog-eared pages as a kid, so it's not in great shape, but it's still holding together. It's fine.
Yeah, that one's got like a place of honor on my bookshelves downstairs. So yeah, that's funny. I mean, both of those are the two standouts for me too, of the old dragon riders of Pern. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's amazing. It's amazing. Okay, so if you haven't read, you should go check out Rise from Ruin. That's already out, so you can go pick that up today. And it's out on audio as well.
Yep.
So check that one out.
Go
Go
grab
ahead.
it.
Yeah.
All the
do it.
formats.
Don't resist. Especially if you liked Dragon Riders of Pern, you'll like these novels. And here's the new one.
Oh my God. Pierluigi Abbondanza is my cover artist, both for this series and for the sci-fi Bronze Legion series that I'm writing with Jason Cordova. And he is obviously incredibly talented at what he does. Like, I know he trained under Dan Dos Santos, who does a lot of like the Brandon Sanderson, Alona Andrews, or Patricia Briggs covers. And he's just, holy crap. I can't wait to get physical copies of this book because I need to hug it.
Yeah, it looks
so good.
Yeah, it looks amazing. Yeah. The face on the like furry feathers on the griffin is just like, pops.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Great cover. Yeah. When are you going to get your first physical copy, you think?
Yes. It's a great
point.
question. So it is all the way through the production process at this point. I've done all the dev edits, the copy edits, the proofs, which is like an author's very last chance to like read through it and catch any like typos or things that slip through the cracks.
Yeah.
And then it'll go to print, and at some point, probably in the next month, probably in about a month, I should get my author copies. So I will have them at LibertyCon, which is in Chattanooga in June.
Sweet. Awesome. All right. So if you're in the Chattanooga area, June LibertyCon, you can get your own copy. That's awesome. Well, I'm going to say your next thing tonight is you're going to be in the chat for Feral Ladies, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. And that's at 7 Central?
Yes.
Okay.
That's right. We did time math, and that made me feel gross, but we did it.
I know. I'm like, okay. 7 Central. Go join the Feral Ladies. Do you guys have a topic tonight that you're covering?
So we had two of our favorite people on the show. We had our Feral Menace, aka Nick Steverson, who is my evil twin. If you guys think I'm bad, I mean, he is way meaner than I am. We co-authored a series in the Savage Title universe, which is kind of like Office Space meets Pirates of the Caribbean with hyenas from The Lion King. So shenanigans.
Okay. Yeah.
But we had Nick Steverson and we had Kevin Eikenberry, who is doing phenomenal over at Aethon with his Buzzer War series. But they co-authored a 4 Horsemen novel for Chris Kennedy Publishing, and that comes out on Friday. So we're like, hey, come on the show. We can mostly stay on topic and talk about your book, and then squirrel off in different directions. And so we'll be in the comments, just hanging out.
A pre-launch party sort of vibe. Yeah, that sounds great. So if you're a 4 Horsemen fan, go check them out tonight. And that's on YouTube, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Feral Ladies. All right. Any last bits, Melissa, that you want to talk about where you're going to be or where people can find you?
So I am on all the social medias where I spend way too much time scrolling on Instagram usually, but you can find me there, Facebook, TikTok, God help me.
We're trying on TikTok. Bunch of elder millennials.
Right. I'm just like, oh my God, I don't know how to, like, it's a thing, but that's fine. So I'm on all the social media channels. I have a website, melissaolthoff.com or .net. And for in-person appearances, I will be at LibertyCon Chattanooga in June, which is already sold out because that one goes fast, y'all. And then I will be at DragonCon over Labor Day weekend in Atlanta, which is like 80,000 of your closest friends. And I cannot wait. It's going to be so much fun.
I actually just have made the decision to go to JordanCon too, so we'll
Yes.
have to
Heck yeah.
hang out. Yeah, it'll be fun.
I love it. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Let's go. All right. Have a good night, everybody. Go read Rise from Ruin and get caught up so that you can read Tempered by Fire, and hopefully Melissa hasn't killed our favorite characters.
I make no promises.
Have a good night, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks for joining, Melissa.